I guess. I wasn't watching the clock. Okay. Today is December 29th, 2020, our regular scheduled board meeting. First off, before we start, I'd like to make a motion to come out of executive session at 6:46. And I need a second. Councilmember Nowak. Councilmember Nowak, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We're out of executive session. And on to the regular board meeting. Could we have the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silence for our veterans. Okay, Madam Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Christine Adamczak,
Here.
Councilmember Linda Hammer,
Here.
Councilmember Gerald Kaminsky,
Present.
Councilmember Brian Nowak,
Present.
Councilmember Brian Pilarski,
Present.
Councilmember Richard Rusiniak,
Here.
and Supervisor Diane Benchkowski.
Here. Okay, we got 7 present. Read the consent agenda. Tonight, we have a consent agenda as part of this meeting. If any council member wishes to remove an item for discussion, please tell me now, and I will remove the item from the consent agenda, and it will be added as a separate resolution item. With that being said, I need a motion to approve the meeting agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Councilmember Kaminsky, seconded by Councilmember Pilarski. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Madam Clerk, I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, we have one resolution that was tabled last time, Resolution 2020-455. It's to approve the purchase of one new and unused Verilift Vantel 29NE aerial truck, sponsored by Councilmember Adamczak and seconded by Supervisor Benchkowski. The Traffic Sign Maintenance Department is in need of one new and unused aerial lift truck in order to service and maintain traffic signals and street lights throughout the town of Cheektowaga. The town board hereby approves the purchase of one new and unused Verilift Vantel 29NE aerial lift truck for the use by the Traffic Sign Maintenance Department at the cost of $72,512.
Anybody on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, could we have a roll call, Madam Clerk?
Councilmember Christine Adamczak,
She said yes.
Councilmember Hammer,
Yes.
Councilmember Kaminsky,
No.
Councilmember Nowak,
Yes.
Councilmember Pilarski,
Yes.
Councilmember Rusiniak,
Yes.
and Supervisor Benchkowski.
Yes.
We have 6 votes. The motion is carried. We have a consent agenda. I have a motion by Supervisor Benchkowski and a second by Councilmember Adamczak to approve all items on the consent agenda, including the meeting minutes of December 8th and resolution items 2020-472 through 2020-488. I need a roll call vote to approve all the consent agenda items. And
Could I just ask one question, though? Did you ever get new language for the one resolution?
I did. I was just going to say, I will recognize that we amended resolution 2020-476 at the work session. I'm assuming all of you saw it and read it.
No,
prior
we
to
didn't
us
see it.
starting this
If you could
meeting?
read us the language.
You did not. Okay. So when we get to resolution 476, after the first resolves, item 1 is now item 2. And number 1 says, as part of the development application process. Relocation of 8 existing trees on the site in the event that any of the 8 trees subject to relocation dies or is not viable for transplanting for any reason. Applicant shall replace any such tree with a 4-inch caliper tree of like species. Applicant need not obtain town approval for selection of any replacement tree unless such replacement tree is not of like species.
Everybody okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll leave that on the consent agenda with the amendment.
Okay, so that is item 1, and item 1 was moved down to 2 then. All right, so
Okay.
roll call vote to approve the consent agenda. Councilmember Adamsack,
Yes.
Councilmember Hammer,
Yes.
Councilmember Kaminsky,
Yes.
Councilmember Noah,
Yes.
Councilmember Kolarski,
Yes.
Councilmember Rusiniak,
Yes.
and Supervisor Benchkowski.
Yes,
We have no other resolution items. We have received communication. Departmental communications include minutes from the Environmental Advisory Committee of November 12th, minutes from the Conservation Advisory Council of December 3rd, minutes from the Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee of December 10th, minutes from the Planning Board meeting of December 10th, and minutes from Traffic Safety Commission held on December 15th. We received 2 general communications, 1 notice of claim and 1 summons of complaint.
thank you, Madam Clerk. Under supervisor's comments, I do have a proclamation tonight that I want to read. Last week, our emergency manager, Earl Loader, passed away. And he was very near and dear to my heart and helped me so much since I became supervisor. And I'd like to present him with this proclamation. And Madam Clerk, could you put that up so everybody could see it? I will be giving it to his family next week, or this week, actually. Whereas the town of Cheektowaga pays the highest possible tribute to our disaster coordinator, Earl Loader, in memory of his service, dedication, and contributions to the town of Cheektowaga. Earl was appointed as the disaster coordinator of the town of Cheektowaga in 1981 and served this position with distinction for the next 39 years. Earl took on the task of developing a new position to help serve the public during hazardous material spills, winter storms, tornadoes, train derailments, floods, and many other emergencies. During the recent pandemic, Earl was hoping to put in place an emergency health plan so our town would be prepared for the next pandemic. Earl was well known throughout Western New York and the state of New York as one of the leading authorities in emergency management. Earl served as a volunteer fire department, firefighter, volunteer fire chief, and fire commissioner for Pine Hill Hose Company number 5. Earl Loader passed away on December 22nd, 2020. Beloved husband of 65 years, June Loader, and leaving behind many nieces, nephews, and friends. So I will be presenting Earl in the memory of his service, dedication, and commitment to keeping the town of Cheektowaga always ready, and adjourn tonight's meeting in his memory. Anybody else have any comments?
Yes, Diane, Jerry.
Mhm.
I think it's interesting. Christine and I were talking about this today. And I've known Earl Loader since I was a sophomore in Pine Hill High School.
Oh,
Yeah, long
Yeah.
time ago.
well,
And
he
it's
was,
like I said,
he was much older than you though, Jerry, so you must,
no, I don't think so.
I don't know, Jerry's pretty old.
yeah,
yes.
well, I think Earl,
But it's one of those that, you know what I think is interesting? I was talking about it after I talked to Christine about Earl, because there was a bit of a connection. George Palmer was the head janitor at Pine Hill High School. Earl was his assistant. In fact, actually, my son wound up living in George Palmer's house when he got married. But Earl never changed. He was always Earl was a friend to all the kids when we were in school.
Mm,
Probably, you don't meet many people like that. And to me, it was honestly an honor to know Earl.
it
I don't
was.
think anybody could argue that point ever. He's going to be well missed.
He will be. Thank you for those kind words,
Agreed, Jerry.
Jerry. Anybody, other council members, any comments? Happy New Year. Let's hope 2021's better.
That would be good. And our
Yes,
condolences to
Agreed.
Linda too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yes, my condolences. Yes, Councilmember
Yeah,
Cameron, lost her husband last week also, and well, 2 weeks ago now, and I'm very, very sorry, and my deepest condolences on behalf of myself, and I'm sure the entire board.
Thank you.
So I'd like to adjourn in memory of both Earl Loader and Arthur Hammer for their dedication to this town. I need a second,
Second.
Second.
unanimous second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 We're adjourned. Thank you.
Night all.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.